Now, we spent some time looking at the three rhetorical pistes, or sources of persuasion: ethos, pathos, logos. As concepts, they're static. They just sit around. You could do a lot of analyzing of a text and see how those are at work. The fourth element of rhetoric is the one that energizes all the pieces, that puts it into action. And that's the Greek concept of Kairos. The American scholar rhetorician Richard Leo Enos relates Kairos to the Greek term dunamis, or power. It's the root of our word in English, dynamic. So Kairos takes these rhetorical elements and gives them power. It literally translates as the right thing at the right time. Now let me give you an example from, of all people, a 5-year-old. I was in this 5-year-old's house and we were chatting, the adults. The 5-year-old comes up to me and says, right before dinner time, I'm going to get a cookie. And I, curious, said to the 5-year-old, how are you going to do that? And he said to me, well, I'm going to go to mommy over in the kitchen and I'm going to say, I want a cookie. And she's going to say, well, sorry, it's near dinner time. And then he's going to say, yes, but I know where they are. They're up there in the cupboard. Then she's going to look up in the cupboard and she's going to see them and she's going to give me that cookie. I said, okay. He trots over in the kitchen, plays it out exactly the way he laid it out. Mommy, I'd like to have a cookie, he says. I'm sorry, she says, it's close to dinner time. Then he says, yes, but I know where they are. And he points up to the cabinet above her head. And she opens the cabinet, looks up there, sees them, takes a cookie out, and hands it to him. And the conclusion of this was, the child comes over to me, holds up the cookie and says, see, I told you. Which shows you that even a 5-year-old has a concept of the right thing to say at the right time. Kairos then is like having a rhetorical ear. I know plenty of people who know a lot about rhetoric, but they don't have a rhetorical ear. They can't hear the right time and the right place to say something or do something or write something. To have a sense of Kairos, you have to know your subject matter really, really well. You have to be able to listen. You have to be engaged in a conversation or a particular work assignment so deeply that you see where the possible solutions are. And then, here's the Kairos part, you recognize the moment at which a potential solution is possible and you pose that solution. That's Kairos. Now, I've had many examples in my 14 years as an administrator, university administrator, of Kairos at work. In one case, we were studying an example for months. And we had all the different problems laid out. We understood what the problem was. And then I was reading something completely unrelated to the problem. And the solution posed in that particular piece I was reading suddenly struck me as a possible solution for the problem we were faced here. I wrote up that possible solution using that idea, presented it to the committee the next time. The committee made a few adjustments along the edges. We presented it to the department and the university. It was approved, and we're still doing the same thing at the same time today, 15 years later.
Vizi online texts are a new kind of textbook built with the help of great subject matter experts. These new learning resources have already helped thousands of students succeed. Our original content uses animations, simulations, video and graphics, self-assessments, exercises, and review materials to engage students in their study. Our approach is proven to improve learning outcomes, and that's why Vizi exists, to transform lives by making education more engaging.